Alright, it's time for another week. ZTGD Radio. This is episode 749 for June 5th, 2023. And on the show this week right now we have the Wombat.
Yes, sir.
And we got Turds.
What up, what up?
Anthony said he might come, but, you know, he's working on his car. He's a manly man.
I wish.
That's right.
God, I wish I could fix everything on my car. Like, save so much money.
Oh, hell yeah. Like, when check engine light, if you take it to, like, a place, they charge you, like, $80 flat just to tell you what it is.
Yeah, just to look at. Like, bro, actually, my oldest is actually, apparently wanting to be a mechanic. Like, she actually is, like, starting that process. And I'm like, oh, shoot. Okay.
Yeah, that's what you need in your family. You need a mechanic, you need a technician, like a dude that does technology, like
a handyman
and shit.
Yeah, the tech.
You need a technology dude, and then you need a handyman. Yep.
I'm the technology dude in my family. That's me. God dang. Every time somebody's break, I get a call. Spectrum, they cable box breaks, they call me. I'm like, well, I'm not really a cable guy, but I guess I'll come look at it. I don't know what I can do, but
I actually installed cable for them for about a year and a half.
Did you? I was friends with an installer. I worked at their tech support stuff, but I never did the installation. But I've heard some stories.
Oh yeah.
Man.
It's not the best job on the planet. Not gonna lie.
Dude. Oh man.
Ooh. Oh, but yeah, no. Technology. I think, technology guy, that's what it is. But as soon as you buy a house, though, you start to become the handyman because you're like,
that's right.
I could call a plumber to fix the toilet, or I could figure out how to fix the toilet and, like, save, like, $300.
Yep.
And that's what happens. I've learned how to do all kinds of shit around this house. Watch a YouTube tutorial video.
That's how you do it.
Yep.
Because there's a tutorial for everything. Like, we done installed a toilet and did all kind of stuff with a YouTube video. Like, man.
Oh, you're right. I took apart both of my sinks and cleaned them out with YouTube videos. Like, just do it, man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but anyway, the video games are piling in. We got a lot of new video games over the last couple of weeks.
It's friggin' crazy.
I know, and
so
it ain't
crazy.
done. It ain't done.
No.
Well, let's talk about video games. Terrence, we'll kick it off with you. What you play?
Well, you know what? I played, and we could talk about it now. Diablo.
Oh yeah, that's a game. Man, there's somebody I got my Xbox app up, and somebody on my friends is playing Outriders, and I just want to know why.
What? They missed it. They didn't play it when it was super popular. You know what? I actually installed that not too long ago and went on there.
Why?
Because I was curious. Because I do that sometimes. And I was curious. Like, you play your retro stuff. Like, I play, like, older stuff that's, like, multiplayer co-op just to see if people are still on there. Because I went on Rainbow's, that Extraction game a little bit ago. People still play that. Like, hardcore. But anyways, Outriders was a ghost town. Wasn't nobody in Outriders.
Oh, that doesn't shock me. I think the last time I booted it up was, like, when there was what were those Microsoft quests? And, kill 50 dudes in Outriders, and it was on cloud gaming. So I booted it up. I'm like, man, this game was like mid as fuck.
Yeah, that game. I did not like that game at all.
No, I know you did. You didn't like that one. Yeah.
No.
It's just so basic.
It is. It was mid. Like, I was hoping for so much more, but it was just mid. But, you know. But okay, but Diablo, right? As in what I'm playing. That's a good game.
Yeah.
That's a really good game.
I think I'm like level 18. I'm so far behind everybody else. Because I've been fucking around with this retro shit and playing Street Fighter and fuck, there's too many games.
It is, because I would play a Street Fighter too. But, like, so Diablo, I figured I was going to be ahead of everybody because, you know, I reviewed it, but, you know, they didn't let us keep our review progress, so I had to start over. But, like, so I just was skipping, you know, a lot of the cutscenes because I done already seen all of it. Well, apparently Jay is just some sort of machine. Like, I saw this morning, this man is already level 50, which means he did already unlock the Paragon skill tree stuff. And so now he can unlock the nightmare dungeons. Like he in the end game right now. So he done beat all of us. So we got to catch up to him.
Is this your first experience with Jay and video games? Because
so I'm learning that he's that guy.
He is that guy. Like, you might as well he's probably already like a pro Street Fighter player too.
Yeah, and I saw him in the chat. He was like, "Oh, well, we just play some casuals." I'm like, "Nah," because I just feel like the casual. Nah, I'm cool.
There ain't no casuals. There ain't no casuals with Jay in a fighting game. No way.
Yeah, I'm dreading fighting him. But no, Diablo is really good. Like I got my mount finally, and I'm past where I was for the review. So I actually am at the beginning of Act 4, so approaching the end. And that story, man, it's so good. Like, I'm not going to give you no spoilers, but if you're new, you can come in and not know anything. There's enough, lore pieces around that as you explore that will fill in some gaps and stuff for you. But if you've played all the others, the payoff from knowing what happened in the past and a lot of the characters that's mentioned and ones that are in this is so good. Oh, it's so satisfying. So good.
Yeah, I'm having a really good time with it. I only watch the big cutscenes because I feel like every other cutscene is like, oh my god, there's a demon. It's possessed my mother. Let's kill her. Like I feel like that's every story, man.
You're right, though. You're right. That's absolutely how it is too. Because
they don't shut the fuck up.
No, I'm the same way. So anytime you find one of the blood petals, you're going to see a big cutscene. Like when the camera angle switches, like it swoops down, because they do some fancy stuff with the camera angles with these cutscenes, which is actually really good. But when it swoops down, that's when you should pay attention. But if it just stays above and the man is right, just skip it, because he's just going to tell you, I need you to go kill 6 of these and bring me back their skins. And you're like, okay, whatever.
Yeah, this is very much an MMO, and it feels a lot like a isometric Destiny. Mm-hmm. Like I'll get in these world events, and like 2 other dudes will show up, and it's funny because there's always the scrub that's struggling with the world event, and then there's always the person that comes in and just one shots everything, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Right. But remember though, because the world scales, so even that scrub that's in that world event, and he's level 5, if you roll up and you level 23, you're fighting 23 stuff, he's fighting level 5 stuff. Even if y'all hitting the same thing, the enemies are scaling, to y'all's level. So it just might be he just has a, if you higher level, obviously you got more abilities, so you can, build a better kit or whatever. But that's actually what I was going to talk about. It most definitely is an MMO. Because this is what I wasn't able to experience in the review, was there wasn't anybody else in the world. But I've played some of because there's those world events that are like the orange circles. Well, there's these bigger ones that'll pop up on your HUD or on your little mini map. It's like a little countdown clock when it's about to appear, and you can zoom out to the map and it'll show you where it's at. And sometimes it could be like across the map. And these are called, I just did one. It's like these great legend events or whatever. And literally everybody, not everybody, everybody shows up to these. Like when you come in there, you see hella people. Like, and these are like the true world events. Like you got to clear out a whole bunch of different enemies, and then different bosses appear. Then you got to beat them within a certain amount of time. And if you do it correctly, you'll get, a greater reward. Like I've got a couple of legendaries off of them, but it very much is an isometric MMO, but it's not a bad thing because, again, all of that's optional. Like if you just in it for and I talk about this in the review, if you just in it for the, the old school Diablo feel, where it's just you versus, the demonic forces, you can do that. You don't have to partake in any of these sad stuff that pops up or anything like that if you don't really want to mess with that. Now, you're still going to see people in towns, especially in the big towns, like the main cities where all the different stuff is, but when you're out in the world, it could just be, you versus the demons. So I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it quite a bit. Like I gave it, I think, a 9.5. I think it deserves it. Like this year is crazy for video games, man.
It is. And we're just now at the halfway point. And it's like, God damn. I don't even know. That's just too many. Like there are so many good games right now that I've already forgotten, like, my top 10. I had a top 10 list by, like, March.
Yeah.
Like, that's how many good games there were. And then, April, May, and June were just like, nah, fuck that. You done forgot about those games.
Yeah, this year is wild. Like, I mean, and then Street Fighter 6 came out, and I haven't put a whole lot of time into that, but oh man, Jamie, that's my character. Like, I've gone hard on him. The one that does the Drunken Master stuff. I like him a lot.
I don't even think I've seen him yet. I played through arcade like 3 times, and I've been doing some of the world tour. Are we talking about Street Fighter now?
Yeah, man.
We can talk about Street Fighter now.
I don't know that I love the world tour. It's cool, but like some of the missions are just so generic. I don't know.
I haven't even checked out World Tour yet. I've just been in training mode, messing around with people because I really haven't had a whole bunch of time to play it.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about it. And what sucks is like you got to grind the shit to get like the outfits because you max out like your friendship. You give them a gift with this fucking DOA volleyball or something. And you max out like characters take like 15 to 20 hours to max out their relationship to unlock one costume.
Oh my god!
Or you could pay $5.
Yeah, that. Ooh, man, did you look at the shop? Like
I did, and I was scared. Like, nah.
Just like Diablo. Diablo actually is bad about that too. That is basically the shop for Overwatch 2, which is wild because Diablo is a $70 game. It wasn't free to play, but man, them costumes in there.
Yeah, I didn't mess with the Diablo shop. Like I opened it up and I saw a horse was like $7. I'm like, nope.
Yeah, like nah, y'all wilding out.
Whew. Yeah, I don't care about it that much. And Street Fighter is like the same way where it's like you got to buy, what do they call them, the Zenny, the fight money or whatever.
Yeah, I can't think of what, but yeah, it has its own currency you have to purchase, and then you can use to buy their costumes. And outside of the ones for like the classic characters, if you're, I guess, a purist, because it's their classic costumes. I didn't see near one that was like, man, I'm gonna spend money on that. Like,
I don't know. It kind of sucks, man, because like, there's nothing. I mean, you can unlock them in the game, but when I'm hearing it's like 15 hours to unlock one costume, and I don't like the World Tour mode that much.
No. Like, I played it for real quick. Like, it sounds like you're further than I have, because I don't think I'm to the part where you,
I've got like 3 masters now. Like you meet the characters from the game and they become your master, and then you can like use their moves. I think I'm like 3 masters in.
Okay, I stopped where Luke became my master. Like, I was like, oh, okay, that's where I got off. So, okay, so you meet other people. Okay.
Yeah, you meet them, you walk around the city and you meet the other characters, and then they're like, oh, train with me and I'll teach you my moves, and you do that. But, like, the missions are like, go fight this dude with a cardboard box on his head in the alley.
Yeah, I was getting that feel in the little bit that I played, yeah.
I'm like, this is kind of grindy. Like, the Easter eggs are cool. Like when you see the cool things, but I don't know, the missions are just kind of meh. Which sucks, because that's where you unlock shit. And I'm like... But no, the fighting is amazing.
Yes, it is. I was going to say, you can get online. Go online and knuckle up with somebody. I played some online matches and I did pretty good. Honestly, I ran, Jesus, like, man, this dude played for like an hour. He was better than me. I only beat him twice. But, like, it was close. Like, he wasn't, like, stomping me. It was, like, a timing thing. But, yeah, I don't know. The fighting is really good. Like, they have definitely nailed that.
Yeah. I did notice that it has the Street Fighter V problem of, like, every time you boot it up, it's like, oh, there's an update.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like... Come on, man. At least it doesn't go through, like, the download like Street Fighter V did, where it would, like, show downloading 1 of 15, 2 of 15, 3 of 15.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, Street Fighter V did that. It carries a lot of the structure of Street Fighter V, but it doesn't carry, like, the lack of content of Street Fighter V, which is good.
Yeah, it does have a lot of stuff to do.
Yeah, the roster's okay. I don't know how I feel about a lot of the new characters. Like, also, this game is the horniest Street Fighter I've ever seen in my life. Jesus Christ.
Man.
Yeah. For
yes,
sure.
It is. Yes, it is.
I can't get over, like, I don't know if you've put, like, Ryan, you said you've just been playing in training mode, but, like, when you beat the arcade mode, you unlock these artwork stuff that is just like, whew, okay.
Some of them are. Some of them are really cool. Like, I was like, damn, I want that as a poster. But yeah, some of them are like, oh, okay, we are definitely on the OnlyFans age. Got it.
I mean, when Jury's selection screen is just her foot.
Yeah.
And I'm like, my dude, come on, man. Y'all are weird.
I do like that. So, like, when you play...
like her foot?
No, damn. No, don't clip that. No, I'm talking about, I like when, that you can change up so like when you play somebody online or somebody like challenges you, it does that, like, here comes a new challenger. Like, you can actually set that screen up. And so you unlock like pictures, you know, of the different characters and like different backgrounds and different colors. Like, you can make that like super fancy and it looks different. Like, I like that that's a thing in there that you can, you know, kind of customize. That's what I was saying. Not that I like that girl's foot. I don't even like Yuri. My son plays her. I'm not good with her.
I played, like, I don't know that I love a lot of the new characters. I don't know how I feel yet. I haven't played it enough to know if they're good or if I'm just like old school. It really wants you to use modern controls too. Like, I had to change it 4 times.
I'm not gonna perp. I like modern controls, but that's just me. Like,
yeah, I'm not a fan. I use classic controls.
I can't play Street Fighter if it's not classic controls, man. Like, it's embedded in my brain. Street Fighter's too old.
I got you. I feel it.
Like, when I use it, the World Tour mode makes you use modern controls for like the first 3 or 4 missions or something.
Yeah, because actually before Luke became my master, that popped up that you could change it. So yeah.
Yeah, like it's I don't know, it forces you to use it. I like the game. It's really good. I just don't know how I feel about the World Tour mode, but that's fine. I mostly just play like single player arcade stuff, and I'll probably finish the World Tour mode. People say you can finish it in like 15 to 20 hours, like with just doing one, not maxing out like relationship or something to get the costume, but I'll probably finish it because it's single player content in a fighting game, and that's what I'm here for. I don't get online because, number 1, I suck, and number 2, I'm too old to be playing with these kids. Like, they'll just whoop me.
Use modern controls, my guy.
I will probably play some online, but with no expectation that I'll actually win any matches.
Oh yeah, and then there's that. Like, when I play online, I go in there like, well, it's because I feel like getting my ass whooped, and if I win, I'm like, yeah, all right, okay, all right, I still got it. Like, you feel good about yourself for a minute.
I just feel awful when I play online. I get real bad anxiety in a one-on-one game. I don't know what it is.
Gotcha.
Like, who gives a shit if you lose? Like, that's not... I don't care. But there's something about, like, when I'm playing it, I'm like, nah, this ain't right. Like, just let me play against, like, a super stupid AI. I'm good. Oh. Also, it's very nice that Street Fighter is back everywhere. Like, that's awesome. Crossplay is up. I like the multiplayer battle hub where you can just walk around and sit down in an arcade cabinet. That's cool.
Yeah, you know, you can. Well, it showed you that, but like, you can play those classic games too. Like, I was playing Final Fight.
Yeah, those are in the gallery, and I want to know how you unlock them.
Oh,
like, okay. You can go to the gallery, and there's a thing called the Game Center, and it says you haven't unlocked any retro games. I'm like, well, game, tell me how to do that.
Okay.
Because I did. I sat down and played some Puzzle Fighter. I played like 3 rounds of Puzzle Fighter. I'm like, this game is still the jam.
Yeah, they did a really good job. And that's all optional, I realized. You don't even have to go to the Battle Hub if you don't like to play online and stuff. You could just go.
Yeah, you could just load it from the main menu and just say, I want to match. Yeah.
Yeah, they did a really, really good job. I'm glad Street Fighter is back.
I'm glad Street Fighter is back and good.
Yeah. That's the important part.
Yeah, Street Fighter V was so disappointing. All right. Anything else about Street Fighter?
Nope. I think. I mean, this is decided before I've played everybody, and to be fair, it's decided based on my entire history with the franchise. But I think Blanca is going to be my main. So we'll see.
I need to find a main,
especially since we don't have Sagat.
Yeah, it's weird not having any of those guys, right? Like the 4 original bosses, like none of them.
Shadowloo guys.
Yeah, that is weird to me.
Yeah, I may try to make my. So I noticed, by the way, in the Avatar Creator, I haven't spent a whole bunch of time in there, but I did notice that there's one of the like preset avatars looks just like Mike Hagar from Final Fight.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, well I mean the fucking World Tour mode takes place in Metro City.
I know, yeah.
Come on, man.
That's why I still maintain my opinion that they're gonna do a new Final Fight.
God, let's hope it's as good as Streetwise.
In the Streets of Rage style, and probably Ken from Street Fighter will be a playable character.
I mean, let's do it.
Just a guess, but I mean, there's way too much Final Fight stuff in this game for them not to be considering bringing back the franchise, at least as a side-scrolling beat 'em up. But but anyways, I was thinking I need to look at the Avatar Creator and see if it's possible to create somebody that kind of looks like Sagat.
I'm sure you can. Like, there's some really weird, like, there's a lot of customization you can do for sure. So I'm
pretty sure you can.
People made the Hulk. I saw the Hulk running around in multiplayer.
Nice.
I've seen an Akuma. I've seen somebody like spot on Akuma. Like, I'm pretty sure if you can probably look online and find a pattern, somebody probably has created a Sagat.
Yeah, you can create recipes and like it gives you a code. So
Oh yeah?
Yeah, you can put codes in for creation. So I'm sure there's probably a website spawning up now.
Oh, got it.
So yeah, everybody's creating all the Capcom characters like Regina and fucking. I'm sure there's a bunch of them out there. All right, Terrence. Anything else?
I played Zelda. That's still it's a really good game. I got the Master Sword. And I'm doing the Water Temple right now. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Man, I'm almost afraid, but I want to try Anthony's suggestion of turning on motion smoothing for Zelda.
You should try it.
I haven't tried it yet. I haven't booted up Zelda. I spent the weekend setting up a new retro front end and playing Street Fighter and Diablo, man. Like,
I mean, priorities. I understand.
That's the problem. Is there's too much shit going on. Too many games to play.
It is. Like, I mean, you literally sit down and you're man, do I want to run through Hyrule? Knuckle up a little bit, run around Diablo? Like, I mean, we're not even done. Like, there's stuff about to come out. Like, it's just, oh man.
Mortal Kombat's still coming out this year. Spider-Man's still coming out this year. Starfield's still coming out this year.
Mm-hmm.
Like, my brother, I need more time.
Yeah, it's insane. I mean, just the fact that right now I have Jedi that I still haven't finished. I have Street Fighter. I have Diablo preloaded and ready for Tuesday because I'm a base game
You're
player.
A basic bitch.
Yeah. I knew I wasn't going to be able to play it this weekend because we have way too much shit going on. And it's like, I'm not going to spend an extra $20 when I'm not even going to be able to play the game early. So, yeah, I've got that preloaded and ready. And then we've got Zelda still that I'm playing. So, yeah, it's...
My God.
It's a lot.
I was, I think, probably a little over halfway done uncovering all the depths, like the light roots.
Yep.
And then immediately got pulled into Diablo and Street Fighter, and I'm like, God Damn, and all I can think about is wanting to go back and do more light routes.
Yeah, I spent a decent amount of time down there last night, but we'll save that for my.
God damn. All right, well, Terrence, what else you got? Anything?
No, man, that's it. I mean, that's it.
All right, well, Anthony's here. He joined us.
Oh, I didn't even see. What up?
Yeah, I probably sound like crap.
I mean, you're all right.
Yeah, you don't sound bad.
Okay. Well, I got nothing. So, Zelda, you just talked about it. You know what? Like, what am I going to say at this point?
Well, I think Ryan's going to talk about Zelda, too, because, Zelda's the fucking jam.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I have not updated because... No, I'm not updating to remove a function of the game.
No.
That I feel I am going to dupe everything. Go fuck yourself.
I'm duping constantly, man. Like every time I boot my game, it's like, do you want to update? I'm like, nah.
I normally I'd be the one to be like, I don't want to dupe, but like some of the stuff, it's like you don't load in enough Lionels into the world to have me farm this shit. So no, I'm not gonna wait to see if I can get more Lionels to spawn to maybe get their rare drop. It's not happening.
I don't even know what that is.
Have you not seen a Lionel?
I probably did, but I don't know what it is.
It's a centaur with a lion's head.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I ran from that nigga. Yeah, he chased me. Yeah, I was on my horse. I was like, nope.
They are brutal.
Go ahead. Sorry. They're a recurring Zelda enemy, but they were a pain in the ass in Breath of the Wild too. You just have to be really good at Flurry Rush to be able to beat them.
Yeah.
And
you need some luck. And you need some luck.
Okay.
That or a lot of stealth. If you can stealth and then run away, you can jump on his back and do a bunch of damage.
I've seen a video of that. But yeah, I ran into one in the depths where I was like, nah, I'm good. And then I won like topside when I was exploring, and then he saw me, and like I had to I just used I was on my horse and I just rode away because I was like, nope, you look like you gonna whoop my ass. So I just
Lionels are probably one of the toughest enemies in the game. They're
I made the right choice then.
Their bows are great though because they shoot 3 shots, 1 straight ahead and then 2 off at angles. So if you're using an element like fire, it'll do a lot of area damage. But yeah, I'm going through the story still. Honestly, I just got to the Gerudo area. Yeah, I still love that game, like play-wise. Like, nothing feels as much fun. The depths is, of course, always a terrifying time, but honestly, that's all I've played this week. Just been busy, and then, like I just typed in chat to the rest of you. I just changed the blower fan in my car, which was, 3 hours of work. So
nice.
It takes time.
Achievement unlocked.
Yeah, but listen, at least you were able to do it yourself. I would not have been able to do that myself, I don't think.
So in a normal car, I'm telling you right now, I don't know your technical know-how, but on like a normal vehicle, like, I don't know, let's say a Ford or a Honda, it's probably a lot easier. But Nissan builds their cars horribly, and
yeah, they do.
It is in the middle of the like, if you looked at the middle of the car under the dash, that's where it is, but it's only accessible through the driver's side footwell, which means you have to take the pedals out. And it's like, if you just had this in so normally they're like behind the glove box in most cars. You just pull the glove box out and there's your blower mechanism, and it's like, oh cool. It's just, you gotta pull some cables out or whatever, but it's all self-explanatory because most cars are like, if you've built a PC, you can probably fuck around a little bit with a car, because that's how most of the cars work nowadays, is just like, this cable only can go to one thing, so plug it back in. That's basically all you have to do. Yeah, this was a bit of a pain in the ass. I was playing the best version of a contortionist I could. But it's in, and it works, and gonna be honest with you, feel pretty accomplished.
Yeah,
so,
nice.
Oh yeah.
All right.
But that's it for me, man. I wish I had more to talk about, but
well, hopefully we'll get you Katamari this week because I didn't, like I said, I didn't know it was removed from the list, so I pinged Guy on Friday, but it was late, so I'm assuming I'll hear something Monday.
Dude, if it doesn't happen, I'm so not worried about it. I'll probably end up buying it. We Love Katamari, I think, is the pinnacle of that series, and I'm not saying the rest are bad. I just think that game did a lot to move it forward, and the rest of the games didn't try as hard afterwards.
It's crazy to me. It's crazy to me, like, who thought releasing We Love Katamari the same day as Street Fighter and Early Access Diablo was a good idea?
Yeah, I didn't know it even came out.
Nobody knew it came out.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't even remember how I found out that it came out. I forgot what date it was. Oh, you know what? I do remember how. There's an artist that I follow on Instagram. Give me a second. I'll give his name so he can get a shout out. He does a lot of video game stuff. Gobo 3D, so Gobo 3D. I know that they're on Twitter as well. Does some really cute little artworks, and they did. I actually don't know. They did like a little piece saying, "We Love Katamari reroll out now." I don't think it's official, but it looked like an old PS2 ad that you would see. Like the render looks weird, and I'm like, yeah, that's great. And then I'm like, oh shit, it's out. I totally forgot that game was coming out.
Yeah, there's too many fucking video games. Jesus. All right, Ryan, what's up?
If you like original characters like that look like they're from old video games, especially like Nintendo ones, go with 3D. Anyways, sorry, Ryan.
Oh yeah, I mean you could have kept talking because I ain't got much to talk about that we haven't already talked about. So I've been busy as shit lately, so it's been tough. But I played, as I mentioned, my son and I played a decent amount more Zelda the last couple days. I've explored more of I haven't gone to any of the temples yet, or the temples yet. I just decided I was going to make my way to the Rito temple, but I haven't done it yet. I've made my way that direction, but I haven't gone to the temple yet. I've just been focusing on like trying to unlock the sky towers. And I did the what's the quest called? A Call from the Depths. I did that quest.
The one where you get the extra stuff on the pad?
No, this is the one where you
the 4 eyes.
Yeah, the 4 eyes.
Okay.
I had that gave me anxiety, that mission, because I didn't know what was going to happen when I brought those 4 eyes to where they need to be.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm
like, that seems sinister, and it's not, surprisingly, but it may be evil. I don't know.
Yeah, I got pissed at first because I knocked one of the eyes down and I brought it to where it needed to go. And then I left to go get another one and the eye disappeared. And I was like, what the heck? And then I realized that A, it's easier to throw all the eyes down there and then go around and bring them to the thing. And B, my son's like, use your Ultra Hand to put the eye in the eye socket. And I'm like, oh, duh. I probably should have thought of that sooner. I find myself forgetting some of those things exist. And I'll spend like a minute and a half trying to figure out how to get up on something. And my son will go, Dad, just ascend through it. I'm like, oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot I could do that. So he cracks me up because he's my he's the voice on my shoulder that reminds me of all the stuff that I'm too stupid to figure out how to do on my own.
I need my own person like that because I always forget there's the reverse time.
Oh my god, I forget the reverse time
every
constantly.
Time.
Yeah.
Like the ascend,
I'm like, man, how am I supposed
remembering.
I was trying to fight a construct up in the sky, and it's the construct number 2, and there's one phase that it has where it basically goes up in the sky and sends blocks down at you. And my son had to remind me, use time reverse on the blocks, and then you can jump on top of it and ride it up to him. I'm like, oh, yeah.
Oh, fuck off. No, that's not even how. God damn it.
I didn't even think about that.
I just use Ultra Hand and start tearing blocks off of it.
That's what I do.
That's what you're supposed to do. But did you know that if you tear off the block that you're supposed to hit, that automatically makes him fall apart? So like you can either but when he's in that mode where he's way up in the sky throwing blocks down at you, you can ride them back up to him and then just wail on that block at the top, and then you get actually two chances at him, because once you hit it enough times, he breaks apart and you can hit the block on the ground again. So,
oh my god, I didn't think about that.
I didn't even think about it. And Jacob's the one who told me, "Hey, just ride him up." I'm like, "Oh yeah, duh."
You know what? I just thought about it too. You could probably ascend through him.
Can I rent him? Like
he's too tall, I think, to ascend.
Okay.
That's a little weird, Terrence.
I need a little voice. My kids don't play Zelda.
Yeah, I need your son to coach me on Zelda.
Yeah, I need a coach.
It helps that and this is why I let him get ahead of me, because I know. So two things I know about my son is that, number one, he blows through this stuff. Because he has a lot more time to play it. So I'm like, there's no point in me trying to keep him behind me. And number two, he doesn't care about story stuff at all. He and I like a lot of the same games, but for completely different reasons. I can't think of a game where he actually sat and watched the cutscenes. He skips through the cutscenes every time.
That's brilliant.
Because he just wants to play the game, right? Yep. And me, I'm only there for the cutscenes in most games. Like, the stuff in between is great, but I'm really only there for the story. And he's the complete opposite. So him being ahead of me means that when I get stuck, he can be like, Dad, just do blah, blah, blah. Oh, okay. Or he tells me, he'll be like, hey, if you really want, this armor, you can go over here and go down there. And do you see this spot on your map? There's a new set of armor there that you can get. So he's a good co-pilot for sure.
That's awesome.
But so we played a decent amount of that over the last couple of days. I still only have 5 hearts, and I've got basically 8 blessings that I need to cash in, so that I can get extra stuff. But it sounds like in this game, and I did it in the last game too, but it sounds like in this game it's more important to get more stamina first.
Oh yeah, stamina is number one.
So, and so that's my plan. I did get the so I mentioned before that my son had gotten the Hylian shield, and it was like super easy. So I went and got it last night, also super easy. Didn't have to fight the boss. Just walked up there, hid in the water for a second, and then went up there and got it. So I'm glad to have that.
One of the nice things I suggest.
Did you get the tunic?
Yeah.
Because it's like right there too.
Is it really?
Yeah. When you first land on the castle, and if you run up into the throne room, like run up the steps, there's like 2 braziers. Light them, and it'll open up a little door, and the chest in there, and it has that like the best. I guess it's the best tunic you can get.
You and I may have come into the castle in different ways. I'm not sure.
Oh,
so
okay.
I came in on the water through the back on a boat, to the docks below where you get the shield.
Oh,
and then
I dropped down.
There's some gloom hands there that you can just basically hide in the water and they'll kill themselves. And then from there I went up the docks and got the shield. So it sounds like maybe I need to keep going up to get the tunic.
Yep. Well, it's easier if you launch from the tower. What's the first village you come to? Wherever that first village it's called.
Lookout
Landing, I think.
Yeah, Lookout Landing. That's it.
If you launch from there and go toward the castle, just go straight. Have some. I don't know how much stamina you have, but have the Wind Temple guy, because he'll help out, and some. Even if you don't have him, just have some elixirs that'll give you more stamina. And like you can land, you'll see it. Like it'll be like a broken landing. And you'll see like the big archway. Just land right there and just run up the steps, and like you're literally in the throne room. Okay. I can send you the link to the thing I saw.
Is it in the? Yeah, send me the link. Is it in the part of the castle that's up in the sky, or the part of castle that's on the ground?
It's up in the sky, so you gotta like be up and glide down into it, because I think you got the glider already. I think you said.
I do.
So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you're good. So yeah, you're gonna have to glide to it. So yeah, it's up in the sky. Yep.
Okay. Well, yeah. So I've been going around. I've been going around unlocking sky towers and stuff like that, and unlocking parts of the map, because I'm an Assassin's Creed junkie, and that seems like the first thing that you do, right? Is you unlock the things that show you where the map is. Mm-hmm. So I did register my first horse yesterday, nice. So I'm excited about that. I'm bummed that so we beat Breath of the Wild on the Wii U. So obviously none of my Breath of the Wild stuff can carry over from that, because it was all on the Wii U. And we played Breath of the Wild on the Switch under my son's account, and didn't get very far, but did have a couple horses saved. And so I can't pull those into my game either. So I had to register my first horse last night. I unlocked the thing where you can draw stuff behind him, which is nice. Yeah, that game's amazing. It's one of those games that, and it's nice because it's not one of those games that I feel. So it's on the opposite end of the spectrum for me from Jedi, where I feel like I need to try to beat Jedi as quickly as I can, because I want to know what happens in the story without being spoiled on it. Whereas with Zelda, I'm not as worried about it, although I don't want to be spoiled. And B, I feel like with Jedi, I'm going to lose the mechanics real quick. So like when I stop playing that game, it's going to be like Elden Ring, where you play it so much, you get the mechanics become intuitive, and that helps you against some of the more difficult enemies. Whereas with Zelda, I feel like it would be very easy for me to pick it up again. Even though there's a lot of different mechanics, I feel like I could pick it up again pretty quickly with Jedi, and it's a good segue into Jedi, because I did play some more of that this week, and I made it a little bit farther. There are some really, really difficult boss battles in that game. It's Souls-like for sure, although it's not as punishing, although you will lose your experience. If you die, you can go back and collect it just like in a Souls game. But there are some really, really tough boss battles, and I was able to cheese one yesterday. These are, I'll say, very minor spoilers, but if anybody is really sensitive to spoilers like I am, you may want to bail out for like 30 seconds. So in the first Jedi, there is a side boss that you can fight on the very first planet you land on called Ogdo, and it's a big frog lizard kind of thing. So Terrence remembers Ogdo.
Yep.
And so in this new game, you can find spawn of Ogdo, so Ogdo's child, and he's down in this pit, and he is even harder than the first one.
Of course he is.
And you can't do so. The first Ogdo, you could do the Jedi pull on his tongue, and it would stun him. You can't do that on this one. So, and the tongue attack will kill you in one hit, no matter what. No matter how much health you have, it will kill you in one hit, because he grabs you with his tongue, pulls you into his mouth, and chomps down on you, and you die. So, I did, though, find the coolest way to cheese it. So when you're coming up, it's in a pit that has a self-opening door on the top of it. So when you walk on top of the door, it opens and you fall in. And so there's a bunch of droids, and then there's these two really powerful enemy characters up on a ledge above it that have these like power hammers. And so I figured out that I could kill the droids, do the force pull on the powerful enemies to bring them down to me, cross over the pit, but jump when I cross over it. And so those two guys with the hammers fall in the pit, and I can jump over. And then the two guys with the hammers fight the boss.
Nice.
And so I was able to get them to take probably a good half of his health off. And then I was able to beat him easier. But he is very, very, very hard. And the prize, I won't spoil the prize for beating him, but the prize is pretty cool. And you get an achievement for it. Or a trophy, depending on what you're playing on, obviously. But so yeah, that was a cool one.
Okay.
That game is so frustrating that it launched in the state that it launched in, because it is an awesome game. Like, the story is great, the characters are great, the gameplay itself is a blast. There are some really, really cool set pieces in that game, and like action sequences that involve the parkour and the free running. It's phenomenal, but the technical side of it just lets it down over and over again. I do feel like it's finally starting to get in a much more playable state. Although I am still having occasional soft locks and crashes, which is the most frustrating thing. But man, oh man, in probably 2 months when they finally get it patched, I really recommend everybody play it, because especially if you like the first one, because it's basically just everything the first one did ramped up to 11. It's really, really good, and I'm really enjoying my time with it when it's not frustrating the shit out of me. So that's Jedi. We talked about Street Fighter already. I really haven't played it enough to talk much more than I already did. I'm enjoying it, of course. It's Street Fighter. Street Fighter 2, I've mentioned before, is one of my favorite games of all time. And I loved Street Fighter 4 to death, too. I played the shit out of that. And I anticipate I will play the shit out of this one, too. Man, it's the year of the fighting game, for sure. With this, Tekken and Mortal Kombat all coming out this year.
Yeah.
So we'll see, but it's Street Fighter is such a when I think fighting game in my head, Street Fighter is the one that comes to mind. So it's such a default for me. It's hard for me to imagine, as much as I love Tekken and as much as I love Mortal Kombat, that either one of those. I'm the type of person that can really only play one fighting game at a time, because I'm not good enough anymore to switch back and forth between them. So I imagine Street Fighter will be the one I put the most serious time into, but I'm still looking forward to the others for sure. And generally for me, Mortal Kombat is a single player game anyway. I don't know that I have gone online to play any of the Mortal Kombats since Ken and I used to play Deception back in the day.
That's an old one.
Yeah, I'm not. I played a lot of Street Fighter 4 online, but I don't remember playing. Ken, you and I may have played MK9 a couple times online.
Oh yeah, I think we made some, because it had that like cool lobby system where it was like put the quarter up and take turns.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so we did play it. We did play some of MK9 online. I don't think I played 10 online at all, and I'm pretty sure I didn't play 11 online either. So it's just more of a single player game for me. That's another game where I play it because I love the story as much as I love the combat mechanics. But and Tekken, I mean, Tekken's just a blast for me. But that's also a game I'm never going to play online for two reasons. Number one, because I've never been good enough at Tekken to feel confident enough to go online. And number two, the people that do play Tekken online are like ridiculous. It's like going online to play Blaze Blue. Like,
yeah,
I'm not going to go online and play Blaze Blue as much as I enjoyed it, because those people are they don't play anything else. So I will play Tekken. I will love Tekken. I will play the single player of Tekken, and I will laugh my ass off at the increasingly ridiculous story of Tekken. But there's not a chance I'm going to play it online. So, unless maybe it's against one of you guys just because we're bored or something. But most of the people on this show would wipe me in Tekken. So, yeah. So I've been playing Street Fighter. I'll continue to play more Street Fighter as the punchline of that. I am still, when I have spare time, when I'm just waiting in line somewhere or something, grinding on Dragon Quest VI so that I can, because I want to be able to say that I got another character to a hero level because it's pretty difficult, requires a lot of grinding, and B, because I do want to try to beat this super hard post-game boss. But that's more of just a side thing that I'm doing because ain't no way I'm going to start 7 yet with all the rest of the stuff that I have to play. That's really about it. I haven't played anything else other than that. I would love to be able to play Ratchet now that it's free on PlayStation, but Jesus, I have no idea when that's going to happen. So we'll just put that on the back burner for now and look forward to Diablo on Tuesday.
Jesus Christ, there's too many games.
Yes, agreed.
And here I am loading up retro shit because I have nothing else to play. Whatever.
Yep.
Alright, well, I don't have any big stuff to talk about because we talked about Street Fighter, we talked about Diablo. So I'll speed through the indie games real quick. I checked out Chicory because it went on Game Pass. That ain't for me. Nope. You just color shit. And it's kind of boring to me. Zombie Derby 2 is another mobile port. You run over zombies. Yeah, whatever. Speed Truck Racing. This game pissed me off because I started playing it and I'm like, alright, this is cool. This is a decent racing game. Until you hit something and your truck goes flying, and then you lose. Like, and it's so funny because I played like a couple races and like the voice lines are so bad. Like when you do a good turn and it's like, awesome, excellent, awesome. It's just like, it just kept repeating that. I'm like, okay, whatever, my dude. Shame Legacy is a first-person survival horror game. You know what those are. There's 6,000 of those. That's the problem with when people make those kind of games. It's like, if you're just there, nobody cares. Lucid Dreaming is a point-and-click, so I kind of noped out of that pretty quick. A Building Full of Cats. So this is a game where the menu is an elevator, you go to the floor, and then it's a...
I talked about this a couple weeks ago.
Dude, like, the first level has
it's pretty fun.
But it has like 67 cats, and like I found like 45 of them, and I'm like, I have no fucking clue where the rest of them are.
Dude, you have to open like doors sometimes and stuff. It's great. I love it.
I was like, okay, level 1 should have like 20 at most, not 67. Like, come on. A game called Railbound. This is kind of cool. It's a puzzle game where you've got a train and some tracks, and the objective is that you've got to attach the train or the back cars to the front car, and you basically just draw the tracks, and you have to think of it like what was the puzzles in BioShock where you had to turn the things to make the juice go down the right way. Same principle where...
Pipe dreams.
What's that?
It's pipe dreams.
Yes, exactly.
That's the game. Yeah.
But you're using rail cars, and then you start with just one car, and it's pretty simple. And then they add 2, and then they add 3. But I didn't know that was pretty fun. I did like 25 levels of that. Like I kind of got lost in it. And then the last one that's even worth mentioning is I played a game called Slayer's X Terminal Aftermath: Vengeance of the Slayer. This is a straight up boomer shooter. Where you're eating hamburgers and dual wielding guns and shooting people. It's pretty fun.
The longest title ever.
It is. And like the cover, the box art is terrible. Like there's just so much, there's like 4 different fonts in the title. It's just, you look at it and you're like, why the hell would I play this? But it's on Game Pass, and if you like boomer shooters, I suggest you play it. It's pretty cool. And then I spent a shitload of time building up RetroBat and playing around with that. And I played a fuck ton of retro games. I don't know why, but I went down the Sharp X68000 route and played some games on that, and that's got some pretty good games on it. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't even know what that is. That's a game system?
That's a game system. It's old.
Wow.
But yeah, it's got some stuff on there that you would know. Like there's versions of like Castlevania and Contra and a couple other Konami games. But then it's got some games that aren't anywhere else, and they're pretty good.
I swear it sounded like you said Kami games.
Oh, Konami, not Kami. But I don't know them personally, so maybe I don't know. All right, but then that's it.
That's where that Castlevania Chronicles first showed up.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that was the first place you could play it. Yep.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what the other game that I kind of know from that system is. I know that I have somebody rewrote the Metroid soundtrack to sound like it was coming out of 68,000, which was kind of cool. I have that saved to my computer because I'm like, why would you do this? It sounds pretty neat. Okay.
Yeah, the sound chip on that thing is very it's kind of like a Genesis. You know that's where it came from, kind of sound.
East 3, that's what it was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, East
I was like,
on there.
Yeah, that's the one that I was thinking of. Where I'm like, it was a big game. What was it? And then there's a bunch of ports, of course.
Oh yeah, there's tons of ports on that thing. I was surprised as I was going through my Master System collection of how many ports were on there. Jesus Christ. They ported everything to the Master System. Crazy.
I remember that.
They were always super inferior versions, but everything got ported there.
Huh.
Anyway. Alright, as if there's not enough games out, there's a bunch more coming out. Let's talk about those. Series X, PlayStation 5, we got Amnesia the Bunker. Yep, that's out this week. Diablo 4 for the basic bitches.
That's right.
Raiden 3 X Mikado Mania X, which I've been playing. I'll talk about that next week. Nocturnal, Since His Midnight, 2D and Top D, MotoGP 23, and a game on Friday I forgot was out so soon, and I can't wait to play. The Grey Hill Incident is out on Friday.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So that's Xbox and PlayStation 5. Go down to PS4 and Xbox One. Mostly the same stuff. We also got Loop 8 Summer of Gods, which I see a lot of people talking about this game. I know Jay wanted to review it, but I never got a code, so I guess we won't be doing that one. Terminal Velocity Boosted Edition. I'm also playing that. That's another one of those old PC games that you probably remember playing, and they're just up-resing it and bringing it forward. Truck Driver Heading North. I mean, it's probably all right there in the title. And Airy the Lost Hero is out on Friday. And that's all Xbox One and PlayStation 4. If we go to the Nintendo Switch, it's probably going to be, a lot of the same games. We're also getting Kitten Island, because we definitely need that. Dreamy Trail, Brain Show, Reasoning of Courage, Nori 3 Balanced Diet. That's a game.
Sounds right.
A Painter's Tale, Curon 1950, Angel Symphony, Bleak Sword DX, Cubic Figures 2, Demon Sword Incubus, Harmony, The Fall of Reverie, Inhabit, Mask of the Rose, Sakura Dungeon, Speed Crew, Talk to Strangers, Avia Corporation, Cat Souls. That's the Demon Souls of Cats.
That's right.
Dogachi Virtual Pet and Super Drunken Guy. Super Drunken Guy.
Drunken Guy. That's going to be great there. Wow.
Yeah. Ooh, super.
Wow.
What is this? June. So Let's do news. So Xbox Game Pass. First available games for June, we've got Chicory, A Colorful Tale, Far World Pioneers, Car Mechanic Simulator, Slayer's X Terminal Aftermath, Vengeance of the Slayer, The Big Con, Amnesia the Bunker, Hypnospace Outlaw, Rune Factory 4, Stacking, and Dordogne? Is that how you say that? Dordogne?
I don't know.
And then your games with gold. Ugh. Audios and The Veil Shadow of the Crown. So there you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
They really should just let Games for Gold go, because I don't even know what any of those are.
Well, here's the thing. We are exactly 1 week from the Xbox showcase. Maybe that's why the Game Pass games were kind of meh. And maybe we get rid of Xbox Live Gold at the showcase. That'd be cool.
I did the thing, everybody. I looked up Super Drunken Guy.
And?
The Mario clone. It's a Mario clone where he collects beers.
Okay.
Isn't this great, everybody? Each beer you collect will add to your overall score, but will also make the screen more blurry, making it harder to see what's coming up ahead. Ha, 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 ha.
Okay. Alrighty then.
Hold on, I also looked up Cat Souls. Not what I thought it was gonna be. Okay, you play as a cat that is energetic. What is it? 45 levels. It just looks like a splatformer. What kind of gives me Super Meat Boy vibes? But there's the art style seems to change.
Yeah, there's like 1,000 of those games. It's crazy.
This one seems to do like some gravity stuff too. I mean, honestly, for the name Cat Souls, I am more interested in seeing it now than just hearing the name.
Maybe every 5 levels there's a bonfire.
Oh, Lord.
Why, Ken?
I don't know. Why else would you use the word Souls?
I don't know. I'm tired. I'm tired of video games just being Dark Souls.
Everything uses that now.
Yep. Microsoft's appeal over the ABK acquisition in the UK has begun. The main hearing is set for July 24th. The acquisition also was approved in South Korea. So basically everybody's approved it without anything except for the CMA so far.
Yeah. You know what? I saw that, and I don't know if you have that in the news, but like I guess they could just pull Activision products from the UK and just sell them through a distributor there. Yep. I guess that's a way for them to get around it.
That was like the stuff that came out like yesterday, where Microsoft has their lawyers prepared to basically say "fuck you" and just do it. So I don't know. This thing's gonna happen because Microsoft's got too much money, and I'm tired of talking about it. Just get it the fuck over with.
Yeah, like it does at this point seem pretty inevitable. Like, I mean, there's literally a way around it and everybody else is saying yes. Like, I mean, it sounds like it's going to happen.
I need the fanboys to be on a different conversation. Like, I am so tired of hearing about, like, they're never going to stop, but I need them to have a new conversation. You're not funny and entertaining anymore. You're just annoying and stupid. Because, like, I see, like, apparently they launched an investigation into that lady that runs the FTC, and, like, fanboys were talking about, like, you didn't even know this lady's name last year. Like, you care more about this than voting. Like, get the fuck out.
Right? Oh, my God. Yeah, man.
Can you imply that they were ever funny or entertaining? And I'd like to just have you take that back, because they were never funny or entertaining. Thank you very much.
They were entertaining to me because I'm like, there's no way you're this dumb. Oh, you are? Okay.
Hold my beer. Oh.
Xbox PC May update launched with improved discovery, updated game card filtering, and new collections, as well as new accessibility options and an at-a-glance social. I'm going to tell you what, every time they update this thing, and I open it pretty frequently, I don't ever notice. So, there's that. Once again, like every year, Tell Me Why is free on Steam and Xbox for Pride Month. So you can go claim that again if you don't already have it. We have a rumor of a Starfield Xbox Series controller. We'll label this under duh. Like, why would they not? Xbox does controllers for like Tuesdays, so they would definitely do one for Starfield.
Right.
So.
Jesus.
Also, a rumor: Steam database added 10 new achievements for Hi-Fi Rush, so maybe there's DLC to be announced at the showcase on Sunday.
Nice. Excited for that.
Yep. I wonder if you have to pay for that, though, considering the game was free on game. You usually do.
Right.
So, Bloomberg put out a story about Redfall this week that this game was a fucking mess, and we know that, but it was even a bigger mess. It was apparently originally supposed to have microtransactions and more like Fallout 76. 70% of the staff who made Prey left before Redfall shipped, and the devs who were left on the project was hoping that Xbox, when they acquired Bethesda, would cancel the game.
Oof.
Yeah, remember that 60 FPS patch? Yeah, neither does Microsoft.
Yeah, I don't think that's ever. I don't know. We'll see. I don't think that's ever going to come.
Yeah.
I realize like the game came out shitty and stuff. I just want to say I feel vindicated because once again, the whole we're gonna do what the other people do scheme didn't work. Like, I don't know how many times I can say like stop chasing an audience that already has a game, but here you go. Like, even the people making the game were like, that sounds like a bad idea.
What's crazy to me about all this, though, is that like Sony has just now started chasing that. Like,
right.
Their live service stuff is just about to kick off.
But didn't they just can a bunch of studios that were working on live service stuff?
They did can a bunch of studios, and they also pushed Last of Us Factions back, so maybe they're pretty smart. We'll see.
Like, it's just, one of the biggest franchises in the world couldn't save a games as a service. Like, Avengers should have been a guaranteed hit, and it was handled so poorly, like most games as a service, that it's not around anymore.
Nope.
And I don't know how many times we can go through the whole games as a service thing. It's like, nobody wants this.
Dude, Foam Stars is going to be a huge hit. What are you talking about?
Like, it's just, like, for every success, like, which I think, the only thing that comes to mind is, like, MMOs that are still around and, like, Destiny. But for every success, there's like, a billion fucking games that just have tried it and failed.
Yep. How many more "we're shutting the servers down" Twitter posts can we get this year?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Dolphin Emulator on Steam got postponed indefinitely after a DMCA claim from Nintendo. Apparently the Dolphin people are fighting it, so we'll see what happens.
I've heard rumors about that some of that code for Dolphin may have been, like, I can't confirm it. Like, it's literally just rumor. But somebody said something like, "It's not part of that code taken from like a Nintendo leak or something like that."
Yeah,
so
like
I don't know. That might. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, the Wii one. So yeah. I don't know. If that's the case, I can totally see why Nintendo would be right. But if it doesn't have any Nintendo's code, then they have no hold.
No, and also you can get Dolphin pretty much anywhere. I don't know why you have to get it on Steam. That's just the weird part to me. Nintendo Europe is closing the Nintendo Switch eShop in Russia today, so consumers in Russia can't purchase new games or use download codes. Nintendo stealth announced everybody 1-2 Switch. It launches June 30th, 2023. This was in a tweet.
Yep.
What is
me?
That?
Yeah,
exactly.
And wasn't there almost
like no screenshots?
Wasn't there a tweet almost immediately afterwards that was like, all the people that worked on this game thinks it sucks?
Oh yeah, there was a story about how boring the game was because it's been sitting in Nintendo's vault for like a year and a half.
Right.
So.
Nice.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess if you spent the money to build it, even if it sucks, you might as well put it out there and see what you get.
And why not put it out?
Putting it out
right after Zelda and during like the biggest game season.
Well, here's the dumb thing, in my opinion. they're putting it out at a discounted price. Why not just include that with your
new Switches
subscription?
Yeah, or your subscription.
Yeah, I mean, definitely, I think that's a good idea too. Because if it's anything like 1-2 Switch, then like that should have been your Wii Sports. You know? Do I think it would have done as well? No, but you shouldn't have asked money for it. That should have just been included with the console.
Yep.
But
they also announced new pastel colored Joy-Cons, which will also be available on June 30th, so you can play 1-2 Switch with those. More layoffs at PlayStation, this time at PlayStation Visual Arts Studios. Naughty Dog, again, as we mentioned, scaled down Last of Us multiplayer project. It needs more time and reconfirming that they will all work on a new single-player experience. No shit. Rumor, Sony's remote play handheld Project Q could launch mid to late November with a battery life of around 3 to 4 hours.
Wow.
Yeah.
Which, whatever, because like you can't take it anywhere, right? Like it's only a local.
You can't do anything with it. You can't do anything with it other than play remote.
Yeah, that's all it is.
It's so dumb.
Do that shit on your PC and your phone. Why do you need a device?
Right.
Right.
Yeah, I paid whatever, I don't even remember how much it was now for a backbone controller for my phone, and I can do exactly the same thing. And I guarantee you it was a lot cheaper than the Project Q.
Oh yeah. PlayStation Plus games for June. Once again, just shit all over games with gold. We get NBA 2K3, Jurassic World Evolution 2, and Trek to Yomi.
Man.
It's like you're just sad about games with gold. I don't even know why it's a thing anymore.
Right. They just need to just be done, man. Like, what the fuck? Like, God.
Street Fighter. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say 2K23 is nice to get in there. I already own it on Xbox, but if I didn't, I'd be super excited about that.
Yeah, I'll probably check it out.
The game's great.
I didn't play the 2K23, so I'll probably check it out since it's free.
Yeah, it's really good, and the career mode's the best one they've done yet. So,
Street Fighter 6 reached over 65,000 concurrent players on Steam on its launch day. Already the most played fighting game on Steam.
I believe it. It's incredible. It is incredible. Like, and it's the modern control. It's so accessible. Like, right, accessibility is super important. Like, you can just pick up and play it. Like, I'm curious to get Amanda on it and see how she do. She's not a big fighting game fan, but she can mash some buttons. And I think in this it's set up that you can find success with that and still have a good time. Like, that's crazy.
All right. Sorry.
I'm sorry. Street Fighter boring you? Oh, wow. Damn. Okay.
No, just tired. All right. New release dates. This is weird that this wasn't at the PlayStation Showcase, but Ratchet & Clank, A Rift Apart is coming to Steam on July 26th. I looked at the requirements for this game. You know what I didn't see?
What? Oh, SSD?
Yeah, you don't need an SSD to play it. That's weird, right? Because I remember everybody telling me that that's only the power of the PlayStation 5. And it's miraculous SSD can play Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. Huh, it's crazy.
Come on, how long do we have to talk about the fact that marketing spin and fanboy shit isn't reality?
I know, it's just funny to me.
Remember when they said, though, that the whole Portal system was reliant on that? I'm just going to say right now, Crash 4 did that same shit.
Psychonauts 2 did it.
Xbox One.
Yeah, Psychonauts 2
did it, yeah.
Psychonauts 2 did it.
Prey did that stuff.
Prey, yeah.
Portal did that stuff. Oh, I'm just saying, just don't fucking shit my hand and tell me it's gold.
You know why they didn't announce it at the showcase? It's because everybody would see that, and their PC ports are usually so bad, so they just kind of wanted to low-key throw that out there. They didn't want everybody to know it was coming.
I mean, that's fair, I guess. Although it's Insomniac, so, and it's done by Nixies.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, it actually might be.
Yeah, this port's being done by Nixies, and Nixies has a really good track record, so I imagine this one will be okay. WrestleQuest launch date August 8th.
I'm excited for that.
Awesome.
That game looks great.
I saw
it looks like a lot of fun.
I saw all the OGs tweeting about this because I guess they're in it, like Jake the Snake and DDP. Like, they're all in the game, so that's pretty cool.
Yep. Nice. Yeah, it looks good.
Infinity Strash, Dragon Quest, The Adventures of Dai, launches September 2023, and guess what? It's coming to Xbox. How crazy is that?
Yep.
Hey, look, it's something that me and Ryan will talk about incessantly on the show.
That's right.
Minecraft Update 1.20 Trails and Tales launches June 7th. Wispike Survivors Sword of the Necromancer launches, quote, very soon. Alright.
Okay.
Valtherian Arc Hero School Story 2 launches June 22nd. Hot Wheels Unleashed 2 Turbocharged launches in October. Taito Milestones 2 launches August 31st, only for the Nintendo Switch. Double Dragon Gaiden Rise of the Dragon launches July 27th. Desolatium releases later this year for everything. And Front Mission 1 Remake is making its way to PlayStation, Xbox, and PC on June 30th. Which is crazy. That's 2 Square Enix announcements for Xbox in 1 week. That's got to be a record.
It is. It absolutely is.
Samurai Showdown rollback netcode has been delayed to later this summer. Like, are people still playing that game? I don't...
Forgot about that one.
Konami, in an interview with IGN, confirmed that Hideo Kojima and Yoji Shinkawa are not involved, and Konami and Virtuos are making the remake and the collection for Metal Gear Solid. There are no story changes, more remakes if fans demand it, and why MGS3? Because the fans asked for a long time, and it's the start of the series. So.
Makes sense.
Overwatch 2 Pride event started June 1st. You can collect player icons, name cards. The Midtown map has been updated to Pride Parade. There's a new short featuring Baptiste and Farah and a whole lot more.
Did you hear about how this is blocked in certain areas of the world?
Yeah, I mean...
Of course it is.
There's a reason.
Yeah, I know.
Course.
It's just... yeah, well, then maybe just don't bother having that event. Thanks.
I've got the biggest Overwatch 2 news for you, though. You want to know what it is?
You've stopped playing it?
I finally played one game. I got play of the game on a team wipe. We lost, and I haven't played since.
Wow.
I've played one game in a month and a half. Tell me Overwatch is not doing well right now without telling me Overwatch is not doing right now when I haven't played for a month and a half.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That is absolutely crazy.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. There's too much other crap to play right now that's really good, and like that match I played.
The same.
What's that?
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say
they're putting the same effort as Xbox is into their game library.
Oh snap! You just had to sneak that one in there. No, I was just gonna say, like, I'm sure I'll go back to it, but everything else right now is just too good. And like, when I played that game, I was like, you know what? I ain't feeling it. Like, I just ain't feeling it right now. So, Russian hackers leaked an early build of Stalker 2: Heart of Chernobyl. The leak contains over 200 gigabytes of data. Are you ready for the Summer Game Fest? That's all happening this week. Devolver has their event set for June 8th. We also have Keeley stuff, I think, on Thursday. We've got the Xbox Showcase on Sunday, the Starfield Direct Sunday evening. Then next week, how do you say it? The Yakuza people, the Like a Dragon people, their summit for 2023 is on June 16th. Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak digital event set for June 7th.
What the heck? What are they showing for that?
It's probably more shit. Who knows?
All right.
The fun rumor, I don't know, did we talk about it last week about the CDPR stuff? Did we talk about that?
No, we did not.
Okay, so there was like a random tweet that Sony was buying CDPR.
Oh, yeah. And then that almost immediately got debunked.
Yeah, the CEO basically was like, nah, that's not happening. So stop listening. Nobody on Twitter knows about acquisitions. Literally 0 people.
Right.
And anybody who claims they do are very dumb. Just saying.
Agreed.
Silent Hill Ascension got a trailer. It's an interactive series coming in 2023. Koei Tecmo is the latest Japanese company to raise its employee salary by 7.7%.
That's good.
I mean, everybody thinks this is good, but I'm pretty sure this was a mandate come down from the Japanese government. Like, I think they have to.
Oh. Okay, well, damn. All right, then.
It's still good. It's not
praiseworthy.
Good on Koei. Yeah, it's not praiseworthy. Yeah. It's like good for the developers.
Yes, right. Absolutely good for
them. Who matters at the end of the day.
Yeah, don't praise Koei Tecmo or Nintendo or Capcom that all did this. Like, they didn't do it because they wanted to. They did it because they had to. NetEase Games establishes another studio, Pincool. It's a Tokyo-based studio led by former Dragon Quest producer Ryutaro Ichimura, who left Square Enix 2 months ago. And then former
Interesting. Looking forward to seeing what they're going to put out.
That's the thing about acquisitions and big stuff, is that you always get these spin-off studios that end up doing cool stuff. The next story is literally former CD Projekt Red developers have formed their new Warsaw-based studio called Blank.
Yep. So we'll see what they put out, too.
That's right.
It's called Blank. All right.
Variety did an interview with Bobby Kotick, which was very much a puff piece. He said ABK had initially planned to acquire Time Warner.
Okay.
The media made the harassment bigger than it was, but admits that some things need to change. Okay.
Yeah, bye, Bobby. That's what needs to change.
ABK investigators confirmed 29 incidents of harassment, of discrimination, etc. by employees in the last year.
Jesus.
That's a lot.
Wow. It's funny, ABK stands for Activision Blizzard King, but it also stands for asshole Bobby Kotick.
That's true, it does.
It's true, it does.
Grant Kirkhope will no longer produce music for Mario games. I didn't even know he did. What?
He did it for Mario and Rabbids.
Dude, the DK rap was in the Mario Brothers movie.
So I have a feeling. Does it say why he's not doing it?
No, it just says he's not doing it.
I have a feeling it's because he got burned on that Mario movie. If you look at the credits, they take credit for the DK rap. They don't give him credit for writing it.
Yeah, that's pretty shitty.
Yep.
Speaking of shitty, Firaxis Marvel Midnight Suns, which is owned by Take-Two, is laying off at least 30 people. Also, CD Projekt Red laid off 30 people from the Gwent Witcher card game development.
Yeah, unfortunately, that is not necessarily surprising. I just don't... That thing had some legs after Witcher 3, but it just... I can't imagine anybody would have expected it to keep having legs this long after the original game came out.
We got more layoffs. Vanpool, the developer behind the Tingle DS games and Dylan's Heatbreaker, is shutting down. EA is also...
That's just... I want to just say, that studio is fantastic. I realize a lot of people didn't play their games, but those Dylan games were freaking great. And the Tingle game that never came over, only one of them was ever translated into English. Tingle's Rosy Rupee Land. Brilliant concept. And so it's really a shame. They did a bunch of other stuff. I'm looking at kind of their...
It says here they also helped
catalog
on the last Kirby games, like Forgotten Land.
Yeah, that's what they were kind of relegated to. They did the mini games on the original Superstar Saga. They did a bunch of other. They did some sound clips for the on the Wii for certain games and stuff. But yeah, just a really good studio that did some really interesting stuff. And never really got to shine, unfortunately. I liked Chibi Robo Ziplash, and no one else seemed to. But yeah, just a really good studio. It's a shame. It's like when the Mario and Luigi team got shuttered. Alpha Dream.
Yeah.
It's just an interesting group of people with interesting ideas.
EA is expected to lay off 2/3 of its staff at its mobile studio Fire Monkeys. I'd assume that's.
I have no idea even what they would have made.
Me either. The producer of the Mega Man series and producer of Street Fighter VI, Kazuhiro Tsuchiya, has left Capcom. Basically,
I saw that.
Right after
there's
Street
a
Fighter
lot.
launched.
I mean, tell you what, Mega Man community. There's a lot of concern in that community right now.
I mean,
that he's going to get even less attention than what he's gotten in the last several years.
Well,
I mean, at least over the last several years, we've gotten some really good collections. But like, I don't know, give me a freaking 12 or another X even. Like, just give me something new.
I was going to say the last original game was Mega Man 11.
Well, you do know that Mega Man 11 was literally only created because of Mighty Number 9.
Oh, for sure.
Basically, Capcom saying, yeah, we can still do this. And then, I mean, maybe if Keiji Inafune will kickstart Mighty Number 10, we'll get Mega Man 12. Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I also think that, like, not only was it the fact that the former producer of Mega Man, because that's what he was, made his own version of Mega Man. I think part of it was just that Keiji Inafune is a big person to blame for the shitty period of Capcom's output. Like, their 360 PS3 output towards the earlier half, like with the Bionic Commando and stuff, no matter how good those games might have been, that was all Keiji Inafune. DMC was Keiji Inafune going, we have to appeal to the American audience. You already did. That's the reason why, like, Resident Evil 5 and 6 are what they are. Because he had full control over what they were going to do. Yeah. I have a feeling it was just kind of we can be successful without you. You kind of fucked us. So, yeah.
Another big name has moved over to Netflix. Ralph Grassetti from previously Sony Santa Monica joins Netflix to develop a new AAA IP with Joseph Staten, who was also at Microsoft, head of Halo. So Netflix poaching all the big talent, huh?
Yep. They're trying to make a play for a video game for real.
We'll see if they actually do anything with it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, after 14 years, 6 Days in Fallujah has finally launched into Steam Early Access.
Oh my god, I saw the trailer for that on YouTube, and I was like, I didn't even dig into it because I don't really care that much. But I was like, oh, I thought that game got canceled or something crazy. I was like, oh wow, that looks pretty all right. But yeah, it's coming like early access or something.
It should have been because it's a little, glorifying the horrors of war.
Also,
more so than Call of Duty.
It has that. It was marketed with that racist picture of the U.S. versus Iraq fight.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
According to Yoshinori Kitase, the producer of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, development is progressing smoothly, and according to plan, we are currently working on nailing down a release date for the game.
2027.
They claim it's coming out this year, and it's so funny. Like, yeah, okay. EA Sports has partnered with .Swoosh, Nike's new NFT Web3 platform for future EA Sports titles. Dragon Quest Monsters 25th anniversary video features a new Dragon Quest Monsters game is in development for Nintendo Switch.
Cool.
Ubisoft has confirmed some of the games for its showcase on June 12th, including Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora, Assassin's Creed Mirage, The Crew Motorfest, and an unannounced game. Meta Quest 3 will launch this fall, a 128 gigabyte version starting at $499 US.
Dollars.
Dollars. What else we got here? Some quick hits. Goodbye World is coming to PS4, 5, and Xbox One on June 30th. There's a Starfield controller. Yep. We talked about earlier, Bloomberg reported that Microsoft is considering the extreme option, like removing Activision from the UK. That conversation will happen this week. Here's one that kind of got the internet in a tizzy. So Aspire Media, the guys that have been porting all those Star Wars games and are working on the new Knights of the Old Republic remake, well, not anymore, announced that Coder 2, the Nintendo Switch, will no longer receive the, what's it called? The restored content DLC. And they didn't really give a reason. They just said it ain't going to happen. And then they said anybody that bought it, you can pick a key for a free game on Switch or Steam.
Yep. I don't know what that's about.
Okay. Now, I have heard that if you have the PC version, there are fan-made patches that will do that for you.
Yes.
So, just in case you're one of the people that has it on the PC hoping for the restored content, mods are your friend.
And in a Sunday news break, because that's when the most important news comes out, Sony's kind of backpedaling on their original argument that got the CMA up in arms. So according to the Financial Times, Sony CEO Kenichiro Yoshida has said the difficulties and costs of cloud gaming are still high and they still need to figure it out. But he also said it's not a threat to console gaming. Huh.
Man, that's wild. Oh, that's wild.
Wow. Like, your entire argument after the Call of Duty argument failed. And you're just like, nah.
See, what happened was, man. Just let the deal go through. Like, God, oh my God. I get they're like, you know what? We gotta back off. Just let it alone. We couldn't buy enough favors, guys. We couldn't do this one. Like Jesus.
Oh my God. I can't anymore.
Maybe they'll offer refunds for people that buy Diablo when they drop Diablo in the Game Pass. They're like, listen, for 1 week, we'll let y'all get y'all money back if you want to, because we're going to put it in your Game Pass. Since everybody was like waiting for that. Oh.
Lord almighty, man. I just can't anymore. I don't. It's funny because they did this like late Saturday, early Sunday.
Yeah.
Just so it wasn't part of the news cycle, especially going into Xbox's showcase in just 1 week.
Yep. Yep. But I guarantee somebody at Xbox saw it. It's going to get brought up somehow.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
Whew. All right. All right, so that's all the news that I got, unless anybody has any other news they would like to chit-chat about.
No.
All right. So let's head over to the tweets. Oh, actually, let me check the inbox real quick. Make sure there's no emails. Nope, no emails this week. So we're going to go straight into the Twitter. Shogun writes in and says, so is Hi-Fi Rush a Mandela effect? Gaming Twitter is telling me that Microsoft hasn't had a good game ever.
What?
Yeah, like, you constantly hear, like, Microsoft hasn't released a good game in forever, and, like, Hi-Fi Rush came out this year, as did Age of Empires for the console. Yes, Redfall was bad. Redfall was bad on many levels, but it doesn't change.
I think to some extent, it's like, if you're talking, like, have they hyped up a game and had it succeed? No, it's been 1,000 years, but
Forza,
that doesn't mean that a shadow drop. You fucking you're talking Horizon?
Yes,
right?
Horizon. They haven't released a Forza back since like Xbox One.
Well, the only reason why I say that is because like the same with Gran Turismo, Forza, and even Age of Empires. Those are niche titles. They're not, the heavy hitters anymore. Like they're not. They're for a very specific audience. But yeah, okay, yeah. I suppose like Forza Horizon is the last time they kind of hyped towards a game, and it succeeded in what it was planning on doing.
He also says, I'm playing Zelda, and good grief, why would anybody follow a woman into a cave with ominous smoke spewing out of it? Just saying maybe Link would be better off without her.
Yeah, that did definitely some white people shit. That definitely, I was saying that. I don't know. What you say? Push what?
Push a boulder, cover the hole. Cement the hole.
Just
hey, look, there's some smoke coming out of there. Yeah, all right.
This isn't.
Like, I want to see. I'm just gonna say it now. Like, Superman can break stuff, but he does need to wind up to punch it still. So if you just concrete filled Superman in a hole, he'd probably be stuck. Even if he survived, he'd be stuck. Just do that to Ganondorf. Like, he ain't coming back. I'm cementing the hole he's in. have the guys that the builders cementing the hole at the beginning of the game and introduce a new bad guy.
And I think we've talked about it before, but I really want to rant about that because like I said, I got the Master Sword and completed all the tiers and saw that stuff, and I'm like, well, okay, well, damn, I have some qualms, but we'll leave that for another day.
I paused. Yeah. I was like, I don't know if I like that. I don't know if I don't like what they suggested with that.
Yeah, it's a little wild. All right, go ahead, man. I ain't trying to call up the news and everything. My bad.
Oh, we ain't in the news. We in tweets. We good.
Tweets. Sorry, email. Yeah, go ahead.
Perfidy says, finally caught you guys. I have to disagree with what you guys said about trophy/achievements and how they mean little nowadays. I use gamer scores/trophy levels to know if they game or just fanboys that talk about video games more than they play because trophies don't lie. Okay. I have a beef with that statement. Imagine, if you're a gamer and because you don't have a high gamer score, people are like, well, you're not a gamer. Motherfucker, you could play one game hardcore and not even have all the achievements. I've been playing Overwatch for 7 years and only have half the achievements.
That's wild.
Sometimes you play games before review and the achievements don't pop.
Dude, I have 0 achievements in Psychonauts 2, and it still bugs me to this day because I beat that game.
Meanwhile, I have all the achievements in Psychonauts 2.
Yeah, so, I beat that game, and I have 0 achievements in that game because Microsoft was like, you know what, these achievements don't pop. But as far as other people go, I don't look... I could look at Anthony's gamer score or his trophies, and they're probably very low. But I still think he's a gamer.
That's because I just generally don't play on Xbox.
Well, not even that, but you do play on PlayStation.
Before that,
Yep.
But you'll see, my trophies are really weird, and some games I'll have all of them, even if it doesn't have a platinum. And others you'll see that I have very few, but I've spent a lot of time in them.
Yep.
I have not finished the Mad Max game, but I have played a lot of it.
I don't like achievements and trophies for... There's a million other ways to call out fanboys. Just call them out because they're dumb. You don't need to look up their achievements to prove that they're dumb.
We were talking about how the Switch doesn't have an equivalent, but because I've mentioned that I caught one of the star fragments as it was falling. I caught it while I was skydiving. And, it's stuff like that that's interesting to me. I generally, most of the achievements are just you finished a chapter. Good job. Except that, I've played games, I have friends that have played games. Ryan, for example, had one that didn't pop in Psychonauts 2. And it's you can play the game, and sometimes achievements don't pop, and it shows nothing. Right? It sucks. It's annoying, but yeah, it's just it's hit and miss. I don't like necessarily the tiers of them. I don't think there should be a bronze, silver, gold platinum. I understand having like a completion stamp, like I've completed all of them, but I think Xbox even does that with the points. I like the rarity, like saying like this is how many people have this achievement. That's more interesting to me. Like, was it because it's difficult, or is it because people haven't played the game yet? Though, that's where the problem starts to lie. But it's not a perfect system, but it also doesn't matter at the end of the day, really, because it's like it's a tertiary aspect of gameplay. I think it's fun to have them, but
yeah, I love playing a game early for review, and every achievement is rare. That's my favorite.
Well, that's just what I was thinking. Like, once the game's been out for a while, the rare achievements feel a lot better than when you're playing a game for review and all of them are
and everyone
rare.
is. Yeah.
I completed chapter 1. Oh, rare achievement. Cool.
Yep.
Those are always funny to me. I stopped it. Like, I used to hardcore be into achievements. And, like, I just realized how stupid it was. And, like, when they pop now, I'm just like, oh, okay.
But I think they do add, like, if you really love a game, they add something to it, right?
Sure.
It gives you that prolonged replayability. Like, I finished all the achievements in the base game of Final Fantasy 15 because I love that game. And I'm glad those achievements, or trophies technically, because I played on PlayStation, were there. But then there's other games where it's like, you need to finish this game in so many minutes. It's like, well, I have no interest in that. No. I have no interest in trying to speedrun this video game.
Kill 500 people in this mode online. Like, nah.
Yeah, like, okay, no. To me, that's like just unnecessary stuff. It's the fun stuff that I really like. Like, Psychonauts 2 has one for breaking all the record players in a certain level. And I was like, that's a smart one, because I wouldn't have done that had I not known that there was an achievement for it. I was like, oh, these are extra things to do and go and look for. I like that. That's where achievements are fun for me.
Yep. All right. He also says, and why are Xbox and PlayStation gamers keep saying the PlayStation Showcase wasn't good when all I saw was games I wanted and was hyped for? Especially Dragon's Dogma 2, Phantom Blade, Snake Eater, and some cool indies. What were they expecting? PlayStation doesn't show games that aren't ready. Well, as we've discussed many, many times, since that showcase happened, Sony hasn't done a showcase in 20 months. This is their E3 showcase, and they showed a bunch of live service games that were first party and Spider-Man. And everybody was kind of expecting, the second, like they're doing it like Marvel phases. Like, this is phase 2 of PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
If phase 2 of PlayStation 5 is a bunch of live service games and Spider-Man, like, Spider-Man's going to be good, but all 4 of those, or 3 or 4, whatever they did, of those live service games, I can see those being tweets at some point, like, the servers are being shut down because nobody's playing this motherfucking game.
Yep.
I agree with the tweet, though, and I'm not, like, interested in most of the games, but, like, to me, it was
a good showcase.
Yeah, it was a fine showcase, and my thing was like, you just got all the things you wanted. Of course, it wasn't you. It's not this infinite, like, we have all this labor that we just make video games out of. You know what I mean? It is like there are teams that work on these video games, and you just got 2 big video games from these teams within the last year. You had God of War and Horizon. Like, those are 2 of the biggest franchises on PlayStation. You couldn't be expecting another one. Those teams were working on that. So, I don't know. To me, it seemed weird. And I know that there's, like, Sucker Punch, and what are Sucker Punch doing? And but to me, it's just like, Naughty Dog has, like, another couple of years before they show anything. And when they show it, it'll be out within the year and stuff like that. So, I don't know. It's just one of those weird things where I didn't understand the hate. I would have loved that showcase if I had had a PlayStation. I think they showed some interesting stuff. And remember, they're trying to keep their PlayStation VR, audience entertained too. So I don't know. It felt like a big nothing. You saw your Spider-Man, and you're getting it this year. They'll have another showcase, I'm sure, within the year or two, or within this year or a year and a half, to show you what games are coming out after Spider-Man, or you'll find out about it through other means. I don't know. Just dumb.
I just want to say...
Jeff Keighley has two things, and for a fact he's pulling out Death Stranding. God knows when that's going to be done. But it's also PlayStation exclusive. So
I just want to say, and this is a hot take, I'm sure, if Sony didn't have Insomniac, the PlayStation 5 would be absolutely worthless right now. In my opinion.
They've done two of the exclusives now.
Yeah, of the PlayStation
Spider-Man
5.
2 and
Ratchet.
Clank. And then let's look at the other exclusive. You have Demon's Souls with Blue Point. We don't know what they're doing, which is fair. Okay, you know what? Let me rephrase it. My issue with the complaints about it were they were expecting things that didn't seem feasible. I would have understood if people were like, well, where's the thing that Blue Point is working on? Where's the thing that this studio is working on? But the rumors that were going around were, I'm like, you're out of your fucking mind. But yeah, Insomniac, because Blue Point did Demon's Souls, and then there was what's it called?
Returnal.
Returnal, thank you. Yeah, and that's kind of it.
Yeah, and Returnal was a $70 game, which still blows my mind.
Because again, because someone will say it, Gran Turismo is a niche title. It is very specific for a very specific audience. It is not an arcade racer.
But it was also a PS4 game.
I thought it was a PS5 only.
Nope. It was on PS4.
I'm looking that up because I don't believe you. I will admit when I'm wrong. I'm just saying, I just don't.
The only exclusives that I remember were Returnal, Ratchet & Clank, Demon's Souls, and Spider-Man 2. Like, everything else was PS4 as well, including God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West.
Shit, you're right. Yeah. Yep, Gran Turismo 7 was on PS4 too. Well, shows you that I didn't play it because I don't care.
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy, right?
And the only other exclusive I can think of right now is going to be Death Stranding 2. And
I'm totally in for Death
Final
Stranding
Fantasy. Final Fantasy 16. Yeah, Jesus Christ. I'm looking up. Okay, so this is just sad. Here's the PlayStation 5 exclusives updated 2 days ago. I'm going to start from the bottom because I'm going to leave the here's some upcoming ones. Okay, perfect. We have oh shit, give me a second. I'm still scrolling down. Sword of the Sea, which is Giant Squid Studios. Don't know about that. Don't know about Concord, which is a new multiplayer FPS from Firewalk Studios.
First party.
Sure.
Yeah, one of their live service games.
Another PvP game. Marathon is PvP game. There's Stellar Blade from Shift Up.
People keep talking about that game, but I don't know if it's ever coming out.
We know Wolverine's coming, but we don't know when. Knights of the Old Republic remake, but we don't know when.
That's been delayed.
Silent Hill 2 remake. Yeah, I know. Silent Hill 2 remake. No one wants that. Death Stranding 2. Okay, cool. Spider-Man 2. Okay, cool. Then there's something called Pacific Drive, which I've never heard of.
Nope.
Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Just saying it's coming out this year. Final Fantasy 16. And then here's all the exclusives that are out right now. Uncharted Legacy of Thieves Collection, which is just the old Uncharted games, so it doesn't count. Forspoken, that people didn't seem to like. Last of Us Part 1 Remake, which is...
A remake.
Ghostwire Tokyo doesn't count anymore. Updated 2 days ago, my ass. Spider-Man's remastered is a remake. Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade is just more content on a game that came out on previous consoles. And then it's Returnal, Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, Destruction All-Stars.
I forgot about Destruction All-Stars.
Demon's Souls, and then the best PS5 game, Astro's Playroom.
That's 100% true. Astro's Playroom is the best PS5 game.
Yeah.
So I understand wanting to see new games, but my thing is like the studios you want games from just wrapped up their last game. They would be, even if you give them an extra year, they would still be in the early phases of game development.
Yeah, these big Sony games take like 5 or 6 years. So.
And it shows. Let's not, No,
100%. Like, they're very polished, very well done video games. But they take time.
Yep. So I just found it weird that people were upset. But people are upset about dumb things all the time, so what do I know?
Like I said, fanboys on Twitter, they make me laugh. They're entertaining. He also says, I'm also setting my expectations low for the Xbox Showcase. Just want to see games. Yeah, me too. I do. It's 90 minutes.
Well, you'll see those games because they'll release the controllers with the logos.
All right, we haven't done this yet, and this will be the last show we do before it. So, do you want to guess? What are you gonna say?
No. Disappointment.
Wow.
Disappointment. That's my guess.
I mean, has Xbox given you any inkling of him being wrong at this point?
Well, let's just talk about it in general. Really. Like, all these people are showing stuff. Okay, I don't know what Devolver's going to do, so I'm excited for them. Ubisoft, I expect nothing but the Assassin's Creed that we already know of. Fine, it's Assassin's Creed. I'm not trying to be so down on it, but it's just like, you know what you're getting. We know what we're getting. Like, it might look great. I'm just saying, it's an Assassin's Creed game at the end of the day. It's kind of like when you announce the new Call of Duty. I'm not going to be shocked. But, like, they have, like, something that we haven't announced yet. What piece of shit are you sending out to show us this time? Like, ooh, here's an online game where you can pay for different types of currency. I'm good, Ubisoft. You do a lot of those. This time we're doing jetpacks and roller skates. Okay. So I don't expect anything from them. Who else is this week? Microsoft, fucking you know my feelings on them. And I think everybody else is like the same sort of boat from memory. And don't get me wrong, because this is when we get to see Bethesda's new game, right?
Oh, we see Starfield. Starfield?
Oh, Starfield.
Yeah.
Starfield has its own showcase, so it's not going to be in the Xbox showcase.
Well, Starfield will look like a fancy Bethesda game, I'm sure.
I know.
That's about it. I can't think of anything else.
I can tell you, I have insider information from my cousin's uncle that works at Nintendosoft. The Xbox showcase is just literally last year's showcase, but now everything will come out in 12 months.
Makes sense.
Like every game they showed last year that'll be out within 12 months.
Dude, I'm so tired of them showing fucking games that they're like, and it's coming.
Also, Sea of Thieves.
We'll never talk about this again.
Sea of Thieves will be there.
What's the tie-in content this year?
Sea of Thieves, Transformers. I don't know.
No, I've got to let me think. How can they work Geralt from The Witcher in? That feels like something they would do.
He has his boat that goes to Novigrad. I don't know. Jesus Christ.
I'm really coming for him.
What?
It's just discipline.
I said y'all really coming for them. Now they might. I mean, y'all actually are right. It's fine.
I mean, here's the thing, Terrence.
You know that's not true.
If I keep my expectations low, if I keep my expectations low for Microsoft, all they can do is impress me. If I keep my expectations high for Microsoft, all I'm doing is setting myself up for disappointment.
What car are they bringing out on stage for Forza?
They're not. This not live, right? It's just pre-recorded.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what car are they gonna show. They'll film it in the Microsoft parking lot. I don't know. What car are they bringing out for Forza?
It might be live though. Did it say it was pre-recorded?
I mean, everything's pre-recorded now.
What features for my avatar 2023? Well, yeah.
Wow.
Do they even still have avatars? Yeah, I guess they do still have avatars, don't they?
They still have them. Yeah, they still have them.
Speaking of Avatar, that's another piece of junk that I can't wait to see from Ubisoft. Like, I give a shit about the world of Avatar. Oh my fucking god.
Yep.
Enough with Avatar. No one gives a shit.
Yeah, he
did well at the theater, okay. But, like, Fast and Furious does better. So, what can you say?
No, it doesn't.
Fucking Avatar.
It didn't.
Really?
Nope. Fast and Furious
didn't...
The new one kind of flopped.
The new one? Oh, shit.
Yep,
I didn't realize it was out yet. I thought it was coming out.
Whoops. It's going to be streaming this week. That's how long it's been out.
Oh my fucking god! See, it shows you how much I'm involved with movies at this point in my life.
Yep. His last tweet says, "Also, the sites you guys couldn't mention while chatting about emulators, etc. on the show. Can you point me to it? My friend Google is your friend. It is all there. I promise you."
This is true.
If you were just looking for emulation, which is legal because it is, as long as it's not using code from the developers, like for like Nintendo, Sony, whatever. Like the BIOS stuff, you can't. You have to Google that shit.
It's
however,
out there.
if you're just looking for the emulators, Zophar's domain is a good one to use because they show a lot of like some lesser known emulators are even on there. Zophar also has a great collection of music that is ripped from the cartridge and CDs directly, so it's not like the official soundtrack versions. It's just the game music. A lot of that's kind of just in a gray area that no one really is concerned about because unless they're selling the soundtracks, which are generally newer games anyways, that soundtrack is not available. Plus, you can go to YouTube. But this is generally stuff that's packaged. But you need specific audio players to use those files and actually play them. But yeah, Zophar's domain is kind of a safe place to get the emulator. Everything else you have to kind of get on your own.
And it ain't hard to find. It really isn't.
No.
No,
but coolroms.com is not the best option.
No. Don't go to coolroms.com.
I don't think that site is around anymore.
I don't even think that's still a thing. Like,
hold on. I'm typing it into Google.
No, man, you gotta be careful.
CoolROM. Oh my God, CoolROM still exists. There's 2 websites though, so it just shows you how kind of sketchy it is.
No.
Yeah, I literally can go out there and find anything. In fact, there's one really big site that a lot of people use, and it's not hard to find. And it's a legitimate site that has a lot of things that are not just video games.
Yeah, I'm not going to mention it.
You might
put some space between.
I might want to put some.
I might want to put some space between me, like talking right now, and announcing what that site is.
You know?
Wow.
There are a lot of things you can archive on the internet.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of which, I'm gonna have to upload. I have a bunch of like old magazines and stuff that I have to scan from like the 1940s and stuff, and I'm gonna upload them to a website called Internet Archive. It's totally irrelevant to the conversation we just had.
Yeah, it's a good thing to archive things on the internet. It's really good.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, indeed. But anyway, it's Google, my friend, Google. Google will show you the way. Google will show you the way for everything.
And this is true. Man, I tell my kids that all the time.
Yeah.
How do I Google?
Google?
Google, man. They got you. I'm telling you.
Literally, that's how I changed my some random dude on YouTube showed me how to change the blower in my car.
That's how we were talking about that earlier. Like, whenever I gotta fix something around the house, it's some random dude on YouTube gonna show me how to do it.
Let me just... I realize nobody's got a Nissan Sentra from 2012. They need to call out or need to look up or whatever to like replace the blower. That's a very specific need. But I just want to find the guy. I want to thank Falcon's Garage on YouTube for that because he showed me how to do it. I'm sure he has a bunch of other tutorials for different cars. So if anybody's got car problems, and it's like, I'll fix it myself. Maybe give him a look. Falcon's Garage.
Dude, I learned how to how to check and light a pilot light for a hot water heater on YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube to show you everything, man.
Yeah,
it's freaking awesome.
And you can find all of that on Google because the internet is full of archives.
It is.
Christ. Right. I think they got it now. Jesus Christ.
I know, man. You know, I gotta make sure the internet knows what's up. I'm just saying. You know, it's if you don't know at this point, like maybe you don't know. You know.
You only know what you know.
Like it's not hard. Like it literally just takes like 2 seconds, and you find it, and it's like cool. There it is. It wasn't hidden. The internet doesn't hide much.
I definitely don't have a hard drive in a soft modded PS3 that allows me to play PS1 and PS2 games off the hard drive that's a terabyte.
I got a 2 terabyte. I don't know why
I would mention that.
You know?
Well, so here's the thing though, because like PlayStation 3, like the old models had all that software emulation already. The emulator is officially Sony, and then it just loads up an ISO from memory.
It's crazy how easy this stuff is if you just use the Google. It's crazy. Like it's
speaking of which, the three. I guess that's a news thing. Just because we're on the subject, I totally forgot about. Don't update your 3DS.
Oh yeah, because they fucked
like, what
up.
the fuck are they doing? You stop supporting it. Shut your mouth.
It's because like we talked about with the dupe trick. Like Nintendo is the no fun police. Like you make the best.
Listen,
games.
I understand, but I can at least understand the dupe trick. On a technical level, maybe we have not seen what problems this could potentially cause. Right.
The only problem it's caused for me is I don't have to grind for my batteries. I'm just saying.
Correct, but I'm just saying, like there might be a memory leak issue that happens or something. You never know, right? So they patch that stuff out, but like they ain't touching the 3DS anymore.
Who made you like this? Like, why are you?
Hey,
I'm
hold on. I'm defending their right to listen. If it was a broken game, you'd want it to be fixed. So I'm just saying, like at least they're being consistent across the board with their new game. However, their old console that they're not making games for and they're not selling games on anymore. Like, you're going to put out an update that makes hacking harder? Get the fuck out of here.
I'm telling you, Nintendo is the no-fun police.
That's some planned obsolescence bullshit. Get fucked.
Anyway, it's really easy to play old video games. I will just say that. It's also very fun.
I don't know about that. Depends on the game.
Oh no, I've been having a blast.
Well, he plays even the bad ones, so like.
Yeah, I know. He's insane. Captain Novolin is not a good game.
I never said it was a good game, but it was certainly fun revisiting it and being like, "Wow, this."
No, it wasn't fun. It wasn't. I guess if it's your first time, it's fun to experience. But I was gonna say revisit. No.
Oh man, I'll play anything. I don't care what it is. I played Tom and Jerry on the Master System a few weeks ago. I played Gremlins on the Atari 5200 this weekend. Okay, you just Billy running around with a sword and you collecting mogwais. Like that's
generally how that movie. That's exactly what that movie was about.
And if they eat, they turn into gremlins. It's funny. Oh shit! You know what? Whatever. I'll play video games. I'm having a good time. But anyway, that's all I've got this week for the show. If you want to tweet us, it's at ZTGD Podcast on Twitter. If you want to shoot us an email, it's podcast@ztgd.com. If you want to follow me or Terrence, I'm at ZTGD. He's at Lord Magnus on Twitter. You can also follow Ryan at WombatRP. Check out Phoenix Down. They finally did the second episode for... What's the name of that game? I already forgot the name of it.
The sequels. It's the sequels to the Moon. I don't remember which one.
Finding Paradise.
Yeah.
That's the newest episode. It's up. I think that's the last episode for that. And they're skipping Greedfall to do something else next week. I don't remember what it was.
I don't know. Yeah.
So that's going on. Check us out on Spotify, Apple, iTunes, Google Play.
YouTube.
YouTube is out there, yes. I do the YouTube video, and the numbers are weird, because some of y'all watch it and some of y'all don't. I don't know, whatever.
Some of y'all watch weird-ass episodes for some fucking reason.
Yeah, I don't... Like, one episode's got like 5,000 times the views as another episode. I don't know. It's crazy, but this gonna be an exciting week for games. Basically, it's E3 week, so lots of announcements and new stuff coming. But unless anybody has anything else, we'll get out of here. Peace, bitches.
Alrighty. And it goes something like this.